Hi boys and girls, come into my kitchen. Today I'm going to teach you an experiment since it's the springtime and it's raining a lot and sometimes we see rainbows. So I saw this and I thought I'd try it out. To start with, you need 4 glasses of water, all the same size amount. I have an extra glass that I'm going to use. You're going to need sugar and food coloring, red, yellow, green, and blue. Okay, so to start, you need to take your 4 glasses of water and turn them the colors you need to turn. I put about 2 to 4 drops of each color. Red seemed to need more, so I gave that more. But green and blue and even yellow didn't need as much. It's really not going to change what I'm going to be working with today, but just want to get more color. So I have a paper towel, just so that when I move the spoon to each different color, it doesn't change the color of it. Okay? Some of you may be doing some activities like coloring Easter eggs, and you have some food coloring around. This is something you could try. You might need a little help from an adult, just because the last part's a little tricky. Alright, so I have 4 cups of water. Now this is where it becomes, each water gets different. I have regular sugar, and I'm going to use my teaspoon measuring. And what I'm going to do is, in the different colors, I'm going to put in different amounts of sugar. Okay, so in the red, I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons. And I'm going to move over to my yellow. And I'm going to put in 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to add another 2 to it. And I'm going to put 6 in the green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want to count wrong, that's why I'm counting out loud. Alright? And so if I did 2, 4, 6, you know what I'm going to put in the blue? 8. Yeah, counting by 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, halfway there. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, got all my sugar in. Now we want to dissolve the sugar. So what I want to do, what that means is I want the sugar to get in, absorbed in with the water. I would never want to taste this right now. It would be sugary water. Ooh, that would be good. So I'm starting with the red. The red had the least amount of sugar, remember, in it. And you can see it's almost orangey. I might throw a couple more drops of red in just to make it a little bit more reddish. But I looked at the ingredients. I was getting my food coloring box. I'm getting the grocery store. And the ingredients are pretty much the same except for like the last bit of coloring dye that they do. See, I'm wiping my spoon because I'm going to move over to the yellow, and I don't want to mix the red with the yellow. Okay, so yeah, so you'll notice as this goes further along, it takes a little bit longer to do the sugar because obviously this one has more sugar in it. So what is my objective today? What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see if I could make a liquid rainbow. You know, pretty cool, huh? I thought so too when I saw it. So I didn't have all of the colors to make a rainbow, and it would take a really, really long time. But I thought if I can get 4 colors in, that would be great. The other thing funny, now that you're looking at this, you probably look at these glasses. These glasses look crazy, don't they? I'll take the big one. It looks like it's lopsided. Yes. Mr. York got that as a present from his mom. She's being silly. But we reuse them around the house. So, and this will be good, which I'll show you what I do. When you do this experiment, you don't have to use fancy glasses. Just make sure the water's all the same amount. Since I use the same glasses, I was able to just check the levels. But if you're using different size glasses, what I would do is just measure it out. Here, this is a liquid measuring cup. You can measure out. I started, the first time I tried this, I started with a cup of water and that was just way too much. So I went to a half a cup. These little cups here, if they're completely full, they have a cup of water. So my goal was to get about a half a cup. Again, it doesn't matter the exact measurement of, if you use a half a cup of water, just make sure that all four are the same. Okay? So as I'm stirring my blue, I see my red, because I didn't have a lot of sugar in it, that dissolved pretty quickly. The yellow and the green have a little bit of sugar at the bottom that didn't get dissolved. So that's just a reminder to me, I need to go back and just give it another little swirl around. Okay? There, so yellow's looking good now. That means it's clear. I can see through. I don't see any particles of the sugar in that. Okay? The blue is settling, still swirling from when I did it. The green's almost there. Okay? And then here's my last one here. All right, so now we're ready for the experiment. How to make a rainbow. So I'm going to make my rainbow in my taller glass. All right, and I'm just going to pour my blue into my taller glass. Probably not all of it, just a bunch. There we go. I think that'll be good. Yeah. All right, now comes the part that's going to take a little while to do. So I tried it with a couple of other things. The website where I got this from originally said to use straw, and that was the best. Big straw didn't work so well because I couldn't hold the liquid very good in it, but they very well. So a little straw. The other trick that I found was if I put, like, so practice beforehand, if you put a straw into liquid and then you hold the top and you pull it up, you know how you can catch some of it? Well, if I do it here, I'm only going to catch a little bit. So the other trick that I decided was I'm going to take another different glass. I'm going to pour the color I'm going to mix in here. So now when my straw goes in, it's a little bit deeper. I'll even tilt it a little bit. Okay? So you're going to grab some of the green and hold it. It's there. And then I'm going to start on this, put the straw against the side of the glass and let it stream down in slowly. You don't want to just dump it in there. We want it to just go in nice and slowly. Now this is where it takes a bunch of time. Okay, so you just have to be patient. You're just grabbing up the color and you're pouring it down the side. So when I first started doing this, you know, I did like 5, 6, 7 straws, and I'm saying this is not working. Again, patience. Just need to keep going, nice and slow. I'd like to get as much of this as I can in here. Again, trying to make this an easier experiment, I tried things like using a turkey baster. If you don't know what that is, ask your parents who may have one at home. Usually use them around Thanksgiving because I thought it would be faster, which it is faster, but it doesn't help with the experiment. So the idea is that the liquid's supposed to slowly be added to the one that's already in there. Okay. So let me take a little peek. Yeah, it's starting to get there, so you're probably thinking, like, what is going on? I'm going to have to put most of this in. So while I'm doing this, let's be thinking about what I did to prepare for this experiment. What was the same about the different cups? Well, the thing that was exactly the same was the water level, however much I used. That was the same. The coloring was different, but as I said, I looked at the package, and because I'm pretty much the same much, that's not going to be a factor in this. But what was the thing that was different? Remember? It was the sugar, right? It was the same kind of sugar, it was just the amount that I used. Let me see. Oh, it's starting. I'm hoping. So, going backwards, the blue one, which I did last, had the most sugar in it. It had 4 teaspoons of sugar. And then the green, I subtracted 2, and it had only 6. And the yellow had 4, and the red had 2. All right. Yep, I think that's good. I'm going to leave that for now. I'm just going to rinse out my straw because I don't want to have any of the green in there. And now I'm going to dump this back in here. I think I'll clean this out also. And now we're going to go to the next color, yellow. Okay, again, I'm doing it this way to try and get as much liquid as possible. Now this is the part that takes a while, but you need to be patient. And then just dip it along the side. So my strategy is, I have a large glass. I found a straw that I can easily pick the water up. And whether you're using a crazy glass like I am, or just, a regular glass, just try and tip it so you have the most amount of liquid that you can pick up with the straw. And what should be happening is I should be starting to make a rainbow. If it's difficult to see on this video, and it works, which I'm hoping it does, I will bring my video up closer to you to show you what it looks like. I'm going to take a peek because I'm kind of anxious. You could definitely see the blue and the green. It's the yellow that's going to be. And the yellow's a lighter color too. So, just moving along here. So when you're off on spring break, you're going to want to find fun things to do. This is pretty easy. Doesn't require a lot of ingredients you probably don't have in your house, or they're easy to get. And if you're able to accomplish it, you should take a picture and show somebody. So back I was saying, we know what the differences are. So why did I put a different amount of sugar in each liquid? And here's another question. Why did I start with the blue first and not the red? It has nothing to do with the colors of the rainbow and what, that, blue would be on the bottom of a rainbow. Let's take a peek. Oh yeah, I can start to see it. The blue is in there. Then comes the green, and then you could notice, when I show you at the end, the green gets a lot lighter at the top than it was at the bottom. Alright, so I gotta clue you in on what the secret to all this is. This is all about an experiment in what's called density. how dense water is. So the denser the water is, the more thicker it is, or the more it would sit on the bottom. So I put more sugar in the blue. So the blue, which has 8 teaspoons of sugar, is thicker or more dense than the green, than the yellow, and the red. All right. Yep, I can start to see it. I'm going to just go a little bit more just because this is so light. You can see I've used almost all my yellow up. So the blue is on the bottom, and then the next layer is my green, and then my yellow, and my red. Now, because it's liquid, there's going to be a part, it's not going to make a solid straight line. If we were talking about solids, then you would have a more clear line, but we don't. We have liquids. All right, so I'm going to leave that. That's looking good. Rinse my water out, rinse my straw out, and now red. Whew. We're getting there. So the red, starting on the side. Make sure you do it nice and slow. You've worked so hard on it now. If I just poured it in, but really if I just poured it in, it would just like dump to the bottom. So putting it against the side of the glass is helpful. Just like that. All right. This is even a fun activity to do with a couple people in their house. If you have a parent or an adult who can help you with this part, or if you have older siblings, maybe they can do part of it, or each take a color, right? The other thing is, I did keep a little bit of extra color, so if you kind of mess up, you can start again. Ooh, that just gave me an idea. I think if I were to do this with another person, we might use the same amount, like we might split up the blue into 2 glasses, and then we would both have the challenge to see if we could do it. That would be pretty neat, huh? Oh, it is working! Yay! Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, so because I did use a lot of the yellow, but you can like double the amount, make the amount larger of water, and then you and your brother, you and your sister can go ahead and do it. So the cool thing about the red is because it's so dark, you can really see the difference a lot more. Let me put a couple more in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the video up a little closer to the camera so you can see a close-up of what it looks like. All right, 2 more, and I'm going to show you. You probably can start to see it. And maybe if I even put a white paper towel or something behind here, you can see it better. All right, so can you see it? Here, I'm going to bring the video up closer. Whoops. Look. We just made a rainbow. Pretty cool, huh? So, while you're home for a while, if you have nothing to do, this is a great experiment to try. I hope you had fun with me today. Bye.